Hello, beautiful people. Hello, lovely people. Hello, great and excellent people created and made in the image and likeness of our God Almighty. Thank you and welcome back to Miriam's Daily Wisdom Nuggets. If it's your first time here, welcome and please subscribe to Miriam's Daily Wisdom Nuggets. It's free. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. And if you've been watching my videos without subscribing, please, darlings, subscribe to this channel. Let's grow together. Thank you for coming back. So, my darlings, you're single and you're believing God for marriage. You've been making some steps about it. You've been making some moves about it. Listen to me. Do not get married until you watch this video till the end. I repeat, do not get married until you listen to what I have to say right now. Let me tell you something. Marriage is deeper than we think. Marriage is not a bed of roses. Many of us have been deceived by the Nollywood movies we watch, the Hollywood movies we watch. We've been deceived by a husband waking up in the morning, going to give us breakfast in bed. Let me tell you, marriage is more deeper. If you are not ready for marriage, sister, brother, if you are not ready for marriage, I repeat, if you are not ready for marriage, do not get married until you watch this thing. And you're going to know why I'm saying this by the end of this video. Thank you for coming back. It's Miriam Martins once again. So we are going to go like we do it before. I have my book here, and when you see me looking down, I'm looking into the book to get the point so that I will not speak amiss. So, before you get married, you have to be prepared financially. So do not get married if you're not financially prepared. Do not get married if you are not financially prepared. As a man, as a woman, you have to be financially prepared because there are a lot of duty in marriage. As a husband, you have to take care of your wife. After taking care of the wife, kids will start coming. You have to take care of the kids. When babies come, you buy Pampers. You have to feed the baby. You have to buy baby food, buy the dresses, buy everything that pertains to having a baby. So if you're not financially prepared, you cannot foot the bill that comes with having a baby. So do not get married until you are financially prepared for marriage, until you know you're sound enough, until you know that you have your own house where at least, even if it's one room, where you and your wife can put your head and feel secure. Do not get married until you know that you have some savings put away so that when you so remember that woman you're bringing into your home as a wife was already feeding well. She was already dressing well. Her parents, even if she was not working, her parents were supporting her. They were feeding her. They were doing a lot of things for her. So get ready financially so that when you bring somebody's daughter into your house, you can be able to take care of her fully. You can be able to support her until she is established, if she is not. Thank you very much. So, number 2. Do not get married until you learn how to be humble and submit to a man. Yes. Do not get married as a woman until you learn humility, until you learn how to submit to a man. Let me tell you, your education doesn't matter in marriage. Your educational background doesn't matter in marriage. Your status in life doesn't matter in marriage as long as you're a woman. So before you get married, if you had all the degrees, all the masters, all the jobs, maybe you're earning higher than the guy you want to get married to, let me tell you something. Be ready to submit to him. So do not get married if you know you're not ready to submit to a man. Do not get married if you know you're not ready to be humble to a man. Do not get married if you know that you're not ready to listen to a man telling you to do this and that. I hope you're understanding why I said do not get married. If you know you're not ready to submit to a man, listen to me. Bible says that the man is the head. And a woman is supposed to be what? A helper, a helpmeet, a supporter. So if your status before you got married is very high, your class is very high, you're earning more than the person you want to think twice before you enter that marriage. If your educational background is higher than the person you want to get married to, and you know that is going to be a problem for you, please do not get married. Think about humility. Know that automatically, especially in our African setting, know that you are automatically going to submit under a man. You are automatically going to do everything he tells you to do. So sister, if you're not ready to humble yourself, if you're not ready to submit, if you're not ready to be under a man and listen to his orders, do not get married. Number 3 point, do not get married until you learn a life skill as a woman. Yes. Do not get married until you learn a life skill as a woman. Even if you're not educated, please learn something. Have something you're doing. Learn a life skill. Go and learn some hairdressing. Go and learn how to do something that can benefit you. Because let me tell you, it's not every time that the man will give you. It's not every time that your husband will have the money to give to you. It's not every time that you will get it very easy. So please learn a life skill so that when the money is not there, that life skill you learned can be able to give you money. That skill that you learned, you can use it to make money and even help your husband out. So if you want to get married and you've not learned how to make a wonderful meal, a sumptuous meal, a palatable meal, please do not get married. Don't even think about it. You know something, in marriage, the only thing that you can use to get to your husband's heart is through his stomach, is through cooking. So you want to get married, you're planning how to get married, you're slaying, you're doing all the makeup, you're looking so good, you're doing all the shopping, you're saving away as a lady. Even if my future husband does not have the money, I can support him. Do you know how to cook? If you're doing all these things, you're saving away money, you're making yourself beautiful, you're wearing all the beautiful dresses, and you don't know how to cook, please do not get married. Let me tell you something, the only way to a man's heart is through good cooking. And anyone aspiring to get married should know how to cook a delicious meal. If you don't know how to cook right now, please start learning how to cook. Because the only thing that can take your husband out there is when you don't know how to cook. When you don't know how to cook, it will send him into the arms of another woman. So do not get married if you've not learned how to cook. Go back and let somebody teach you how to cook a very good meal so that you can hold your husband down. The next point is do not get married until you learn how to keep the home. Marriage comes with homekeeping. When you get married, you have to clean the house. You have to wash his clothes. You have to wash your clothes. You have a lot of responsibility as a married woman and as a married man. So if you really, really want to get married, please learn how to take care of the house, how to clean, how to mop, how to sweep, how to dust, how to wash the plates, how to do basic house chores. Do not get married if you don't know how to do house chores. Do not get married if you don't know how to keep the home clean. Do not get married if you know that you don't have the strength to do all those things, because it's not everybody that has the money to employ the services of a maid. Thank you very much. Another point is, do not get married if you are not ready to accept your husband's family as your family. And as a man, do not get married if you're not also ready to accept your wife's family as your family. That is how it goes. When you get married, let me tell you something, your husband's family becomes your family. His brothers are your husbands. His sisters are equally your husbands. The same thing with your wife's family. When you marry your wife, they are automatically your family. So if you are not ready to welcome a new family into your already existing family, marriage is not for you. Do not get married. Because in marriage, you have to learn how to have a good relationship with your in-laws. If not that, do not get married. If you're not ready to serve them the way you serve your husband, if you're not ready to please them, if you're not ready to love them, if you're not ready to accept them, please do not get married. I'm begging you, do not get married. If you're not ready to see them as yours, to respect them the way you respect your husband, to love them, to serve them, to cook for them, to do everything for them, to help them when they need the help, please do not get married, because you're going to really, really feel burdened. Thank you very much. Learn how to communicate. If you don't know how to communicate, do not get married, because communication is very key in marriage. Communication is key in marriage. So start learning it right now. If you don't know how to talk, if you're the type that talks anyhow, if you're the type that you don't know how to frame words before you say it, you speak anyhow, you can talk anyhow, you use very, very vulgar language, please learn how to control your tongue before you get married. Let me tell you something. Marriage is two different people coming from two different backgrounds and meeting together, trying to make things work. So you are coming from a different background. He is coming from a different background, from a different home. You never knew each other before. Even if you dated for 1 year, 6 years before marriage, let me tell you, you don't know him until you enter marriage. Am I communicating? You don't know him until you enter marriage. So communication is very important. You should be able to communicate your feelings to your partner. So learn all these things now. Learn how to be open right now. Learn how to express yourself openly right now. If you don't know how to do all these things, let me tell you, marriage is not for you. Do not get married until you learn how to communicate very well in marriage to your partner. If you're in a relationship, learn it right now. Learn how to control your tongue. Learn how to talk well. Learn how to be sweet with your words. Learn how to praise and pamper and not hurt your partner with your words. Thank you very much for listening. Do not get married until you learn how to resolve conflict. In marriage, there will always be fight. You will fight with your partner, you will disagree with your partner, and it's a normal thing. If you don't disagree, if you don't fight in marriage, you don't grow. You don't learn each other's character. And anyone that tells me that, oh, since I got married to my husband, we've not fought, that means that relationship is not even genuine. Because genuine people always keep disagreeing. Because the more you disagree, you learn how to agree. The more you quarrel, the more you learn what to do to please your partner. So learn how to do what? Settle dispute. Learn how to do what? Let it go. Because when you finish quarreling in marriage and you carry it here, it will bother you. Learn how to settle dispute. Learn how to let it go. Learn how to forget about that you quarreled and just move on, because you keep quarreling. But don't let it stick there and spoil the joy. You're going to learn how to pamper and love unconditionally. If you don't want to do this, if you don't know this, do not get married. Because it will shock you that as a wife, you're there, you're needing your husband to pamper you. He is needing the pampering the more. So you have to learn how to be a good wife, a wife that can pamper your husband very well before you enter into marriage. And this, I'm chipping it to the husbands too. Please learn how to pamper your wives too, because wives also love to be pampered. Learn how to love your husband and your wife unconditionally before you get into marriage. If not, do not get married. In relationships right now, you may be giving whatever you're giving to your partner because of something you're getting. But in marriage, we give and we love unconditionally. You're not getting anything in return, but you're giving, you're loving, you're appreciating, you're doing everything because I love him, I want him, he is my husband, she is my wife. So as you're single right now, learn how to give unconditionally. Learn how to love unconditionally. Do not think about what you will gain from your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your beloved before you do something for them. Even right now that you're in your relationship, because it will build your steps to marriage. So right now, start learning how to love unconditionally, give unconditionally, how to pamper somebody. And when you get married, it will not be a problem for you. Thank you very much, lovely viewers. Next point is learn how to tolerate somebody. If you're the type that right now in relationship or right now at the point you are in life, you can't tolerate things, do not get married. Because sis, you have to tolerate. That time you were dating him and you think, I know him, he knows me, we know each other. Let me tell you, you don't know him. As simple as it is, you don't know him right now. Because some people know how to hide their character really well. Some girls can hide their character, some men can really hide their character just to get the woman they want. And when they get you, they put the ring on your finger. Let me tell you, their character changes. And if you don't learn how to tolerate right now, maybe you will not be able to tolerate what he will be doing in marriage. And this is what has led to divorce, a high rate of divorce in the world right now. Because many people cannot tolerate some characters they see in marriage. When you're in a relationship, you see all the sweet parts, all the rosy parts. I love you, I love you. You see that when you're in a relationship, your partner calls you every minute, every second. Have you eaten? Are you okay? Are you fine? They drop the call, they call you the next minute. Oh, I missed you. I love you. You're the apple of my eye. You're my sweetheart. You're my darling. Let me tell you, in marriage, the man doesn't have time for that. It's a game. He has to play his game to get you, to marry you, to bring you into his home. And let me tell you, some people pretend well. Those things you never saw in relationship, I promise you're going to see it in marriage. To tolerate every of his shortcomings, mistakes, his weaknesses, his faults. Because if you can't tolerate, I'm telling you, you're going to be the type of woman that marries this month, you do a big wedding, and the next month you're packing your bag, you're leaving the house because, man, I can't take it. I can't take this, man. This man, I didn't know this is how he used to behave. That is marriage for you, sister. That is marriage for you, brother. Don't get married if you cannot tolerate some certain childish behavior. Because that is what you're going to see immediately you say I do. You will start seeing characters that the woman hid from you for a long time. You will start seeing characters that the husband hid from you for a long time. So learn tolerance right now. Learn tolerance right now, and it's going to help you in the long run in your marriage. Thank you very much. We're still moving, and I hope we're learning something. To forgive every minute, every second, every tick of the clock. If you're not ready to forgive your partner, do not get married. Are you hearing me? Miriam Martins is telling you this. If you are not ready to forgive your partner, please, marriage is not for you. Don't get married. Just go and sit down there and relax. When you're ready, when your heart calms down, then you can think of marriage. Because sister, brother, your partner will keep offending you. Your partner, your beloved, will keep doing things that will make you very angry. Sometimes you feel like just strangling somebody because this character, what is all this? What are you doing? But that is what you see in marriage. So right now in relationship, even if that your partner is pretending so much and he has not offended you before, let me tell you, in marriage, he or she is going to offend you every minute of the day. So you have to learn how to forgive him by the tick of the clock. By every second of the clock, you have to learn how to forgive him. He will do things that will surprise you. What about if he goes out there and cheats on you in marriage? Are you not going to forgive him as a child of God? You have to forgive and move forward. Maybe you see him sending amorous text messages on his phone or on WhatsApp. Are you going to pack your things and leave the house? You're going to definitely forgive him, pray for him, and move ahead. My lovely people, that's why I told you that marriage is very hard. Marriage is harder than it seems. If you're praying for marriage, it's beautiful, but you have to prepare your heart. You have to get your heart ready to forgive him, because things you will see in marriage will shock you. It will shock you, and if you don't have the heart of forgiveness, you can't do this. So please don't get married if you can't forgive. If you don't have the spirit or the heart of forgiveness, do not do it. Wait until you learn and pray for the spirit of forgiveness, for the heart of forgiveness, before you venture into. Do not get married until you learn how to apologize and accept your fault. If you're the type of person that right now in your relationship, I'm sorry is not in your dictionary. You don't know how to say I'm sorry. You don't know how to apologize. You don't know how to tell somebody, oh, what I did, I'm very sorry. Marriage is not for you. Don't get married. Don't bother yourself getting married, because in marriage, you have to keep saying I'm sorry. Your husband has to keep saying he's sorry, and you have to keep accepting, forgiving, and moving forward. Let me tell you, the problem we have in relationships and marriage is we feel like when we apologize for the mistakes we make, we are the fool. That is a lie. The first people to apologize are the most wise people. In relationship, in marriage, if you're always the first to apologize to your partner, you're very wise. You have wisdom. You are very, very matured. But those people that sit down there and they're telling themselves, how can I tell her I'm sorry? How can I say I'm sorry? Do you know who I am? Do you know my caliber? Do you know my status in life? In marriage, you don't need those things, because you have to keep saying I'm sorry, because we keep doing things that annoy each other. So if you're not ready to accept your faults and apologize, do not get married. If you're not ready to accept your faults and apologize to your partner, do not get married. Marriage is not for you. So my lovely people, lastly, before I leave you here, do not get married if you are not ready to drop your bad habits. In relationships, Your partner is going to be pointing out or is pointing out already some character, some behaviors that you're putting up that he doesn't like. And in the relationship, you're putting up a strong head, a tough attitude, the I don't care attitude. Let me tell you, it will affect you in marriage. So right now is the time for you to start working on your attitude. If you have a bad character, if you have a bad habit that your partner is talking about, that your beloved has been talking about and complaining about, it's not time for you to start proving smart or start proving that you're very, very clever, you're the wisest person on earth. It's time for you to start working on them, because in marriage it will affect you badly. So if you're not ready to drop those bad habits, do not get married. So if you watched till this point, you've understood why I said to you, do not get married until you watch this video. And my beautiful and lovely people, if you watch till this level, if you watch till this time, please and please subscribe to my channel. Tell people about Miriam's Daily Wisdom Nuggets. Tell them to come and watch. It's all about relationship, marriage, and lifestyle. And we keep it real here. So thank you for coming back. If you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you very much. We will see you again.